Students, welcome back to the chapter multiplication. Students, in the last session, we have studied different types of the multiplication methods. That was partial product method, block method, and our usual traditional method of multiplication. So, today we are discussing word problems of multiplication and properties of multiplication. Let's begin. Here we are going to see few solved word problems from exercise 3D. You have to copy this in the maths notebook as well as solve the remaining sum for a practice. Let's come to the first word problem. A shopkeeper sold 453 toys, each for rupees 129. What was amount earned by the shopkeeper? Students, in multiplication, always remember we go one to many, which means we need to know the value of one product, one item or cost of one object. So here the cost of one toy is given to you, which is rupees 129, and we have to find the cost of 453 such toys. So let's go to the solution. Here is our solution. First we have to write the statement for the word problem. So cost of one toy is equal to rupees 129. Therefore cost of 453 toys is equal to rupees 453 multiplied by 129. So answer is rupees 58,437. This is a large number multiplication, students, so we cannot find out verbally this multiplication. So obviously we need to show the working of the multiplication in the tabular form. So how we are going to get the tabular form of the multiplication? So here is the tabular form of the multiplication. We can select any method of multiplication, but as I already said to you, normally we should use our traditional or the conventional method of multiplication of carryover. So I have shown over here how the multiplication goes with carryover in the tabular form, which will give you the correct answer of the final solution. Let's come to the next sum. This is the fourth sum from exercise 3D. One corrugated box contains 75 bottles. How many bottles will 1025 such boxes contain? Again we are going here from 1 to many, which means one box contains 75 bottles. So we have to find the number of bottles that will contain in 1025 such boxes. For the solution, we have to first write the solution in the box. So here is the solution. Number of bottles in one box equals to 75. Therefore, number of bottles in 1025 boxes, we have to show the multiplication of both the numbers. Now again, the working is compulsory as we cannot reach direct answer. So for the working, we need this tabular form. Similarly here we are going with the carryover method. 1025 multiplied by 75 in the tabular form. So we can reach to the answer. So our final answer is 76,875 bottles. Thus 1025 box will contain 76,875 bottles. Here is the next sum. Mr. Shamsundar's monthly salary is rupees 40,545. What is his annual income? Students, I have given you here hint as annual, which means 1 year or 12 months, because Shamsundar's monthly salary is given. Again 1 to many. So 1 month salary is rupees 40,545, and we are going to find out the annual income, which means the salary of 12 months. So in this solution we are mentioning here salary of 1 month, which equals to rupees 40,545, and salary of 12 month, which equals to 40,545 multiplied by 12. Final answer we get is rupees 4,86,540. But this answer we need to get it by proper working. So this is the working over here. You can check the working for getting the correct answer. So all these three word problems, children, one thing you have to remember, that for word problems you need to solve this in two parts. One part is of solution, which requires the statement, and the one part is your working, which requires the tabular format, so that you can easily solve the word problems. The remaining word problems from exercise 3D, solve it in your maths notebook. Let's come to the properties of multiplication. Previously we have studied the properties of addition as well as subtraction. So here are few properties of multiplication. The first property of multiplication is commutative property of multiplication. Now what does this property says? If we change the order of the number, the product does not change. A very simple example shows this property. 7 multiplied by 8 is equal to 56. So even if you change its order, which gives you 8 multiplied by 7, which equals to 56. So both the order, whether it is 7 into 8 or 8 into 7, will give you the equal answer. So this shows that the commutative property of multiplication, 7 multiplied by 8 or 8 multiplied by 7, remains the same. Now the next property is the associative property, which is similar to commutative property, but here the product of three or more numbers follow the same property like commutative property. So what does you observe here in the explanation? Just see here, 6 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 5, which equals to 42 multiplied by 5. Now this 42 we get it from the product of 6 and 7. Whereas if we change the order, means instead of 6 into 7, if you take 7 into 5 in bracket and then multiply by 6, so the product we get it as 35 multiplied by 6. But if you see, the final answer remains the same. Similarly, in the third change, what we have done here is we have 6 into 5 we have taken in bracket multiplied by 7. The product is 30 into 7, but the final answer remains the same. So this shows that the product of three or more numbers does not change even if we change the grouping of the numbers. So this property is called as the associative property of multiplication. Hope student you are understanding these both the properties. So let's go to the next property. This is the property of 1. It's a very simple property that if you multiply by 1 to any number, you get the answer itself. Means 15 multiplied by 1 is equal to 15, or 25 multiplied by 1, answer is 25. Even if you take any large number multiplied by 1, the answer remains the number itself. This is known as the one property of multiplication or unit property of multiplication. Our next property is the zero property of multiplication. It's a very simple property that if you multiply by 0 to any number, your answer will always remain 0. So even if you multiply 35 into 0 or you multiply 0 into 215. Either a way, answer will remain 0. Even for the large number, if you multiply by 0, answer remains 0. So this is known as a zero property of multiplication. Our next property is a little bit lengthy and also it's very important property. It is the distributive property of multiplication. There are many ways to solve this property. Here I have given you one example of distributive property. Look here, 6 multiplied by into bracket 7 plus 5. Now distributive property as itself named, it shows the distribution of the number, which means we are distributing here 6 multiplied by 7 plus 6 multiplied by 5. So the 7 and 5 gets distributed and multiplied by 6. The answer for 6 into 7 plus answer for 6 into 5 will be added. So 6 sevens are 42 plus 6 fives are 30. Your final answer is 72. So this is called as a distributive property. As it goes for addition, it is also applicable for subtraction. Here you can say 6 multiplied by into bracket 7 minus 5. So when the distribution takes place, 6 into 7 minus 6 into 5. So the answers or the product which we get it from 6 sevens are 42 and 6 fives are 30 is there is a subtraction in between. So we are subtracting 30 from 42. So 42 minus 30 is equal to 12. So whether it is addition between two numbers or subtraction between two numbers, the property remains same. So this is called as a distributive property of multiplication. All these 5 properties can be used in different way in your textual exercises. Here I am showing you for exercise 3E. The first question is of filling the blanks, where you have to just apply the property and find the answer. Just for an example, look here. Now this is 10,150 multiplied by 1. Now this is the property of 1. Students, we know all that if you multiply by 1 to any large number, you get the answer nothing but the number itself. So here you will be getting the answer 10,150 itself. Now this is the property of 0. So if you are multiplying by 0 to any number, you will get the answer as 0. So here that is why in this sum you will see the number which is given over here, which is multiplied by 0, you will get the answer as 0. Now this is the another property which you know already. Now this is what the property we are looking here, 943 multiplied by 10 into bracket multiply by 105. So you can use here the associative property, or here you can use the distributive property for f. So all these sums, there are properties which we have studied just now. You have to use it to find the answer. Now exercise 3E2, I have already given some solved sum in your worksheet also, and this coming slides I am showing you this, how this to be solved. So you have to learn this working of distributive property and then find the final answer. So this is exercise 3E which you are going to solve in your maths notebook. And here it is exercise 3E2, few solved problems. Here is one simple topic of multiplying by 1000, 2000 or 3000. Previously also students, we have studied about such kind of multiplication. You have to just count the number of zeros and along with the multiplication of the number you have to put those zeros. So here some practice exercises given to you and you have to solve this exercise. You can see here the solved example. For example, here 129 multiplied by 4000. So for this multiplication, First we have to multiply 129 into 4. Here it is being shown to you. The answer is 516. And count the number of zeros. Like there are 3 zeros in 4000. So you have to just put these 3 zeros along with the 516 and you will get the answer. Similarly, here is also one solved example is shown to you. 253 multiplied by 3000. So 253 multiplied by 3, your answer is 759 and number of zeros are 3. So just put these 3 zeros to this number and you will get the answer. So this is how we can simply multiply the number like 1000, 2000 and 3000 with our large numbers. So practice sums are there which you can solve in maths notebook. Now all of you know that maths is fun, of course, and I know you must be liking the maths. So I am always giving you one small activities along with my worksheet. So this is the time again for the one more worksheet. I have given you this worksheet, student, along with your practice worksheet. So just you have to find the answer for this question mark which is given to you, and for this you have to start from this first step, and these are all your donuts and pizzas and ice creams, all your favorite food. Find the appropriate number or a digit for this given food item and go on to find this answer. I have given this answer in our practice worksheet, so verify it whether you are right or wrong. So till that, enjoy the maths, enjoy your homework, and stay safe, stay at home. Bye bye, see you, and thank you very much.